Hi, my computer has decided that now would be a good time to do all of its updates and be completely not available. So I'm on my phone. Is there audio?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I can hear you now.
okay.
We were uncharacteristically quiet.
Okay, somebody came in person to the meeting. We're moving that person to the meeting room. And we're gonna do a sound check with her. And we are ready to go. We are in YouTube, but we are in Facebook as well.
Great. Yeah, I was actually on my way, but Zoom works better this morning.
I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Has everyone been promoted? I'm trying to figure it out. It says there's 15 participants. So if you take out the owl, that's 14, but I don't see 14 people on the screen.
Right. They're not on the screen, but I'm looking
Oh, I see. You see four.
everybody's a
Four need to be
panelist.
promoted.
Right. Almost everybody is a panelist.
Oh, here, who says, oh, they're
Yeah.
getting promoted. Okay, all the promotions coming in. Everyone look out for your checkbooks.
Right.
I've been promoting people also, so.
Oh, no. Here too.
Hi, Noemi, can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Good morning. Thank you. Don't introduce.
Hi, Carol.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mary. It's Mariam. No.
Sorry.
Morning, everyone.
Hi, Miriam.
Hi, Mary.
Nice to see you.
Hi, Miriam.
Hi, Liz.
Thanks for the apples. I would have been here on time, but I was dropping off that last case of apples to the Inwood Food Pantry.
Oh, did you want some more?
I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
Okay.
But you know what? If I can, I'll stop by the 181st Street fridge later this afternoon. And if there's room in there, because I put 2 cases. What did I do? I put 2 cases in the 155th Street fridge, and a case in the 181st Street fridge.
Okay, well,
And
call me first, and so
okay,
I'll know, because I'm gonna give out here at the senior center as well.
sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like everyone, there are no attendees. Everyone's a panelist now, so that's good.
Okie dokie.
So let's get this meeting started. It's 10:37 a.m. Calling the meeting of the Committee for Concerns of the Aging on Community Board 12 to order at 10:37 a.m. on Thursday, February 6th, 2025. I'm still remembering the 25, so this is a good thing. As you may have noticed on the agenda, that I do not have a presenter. So this may be a shorter meeting than usual. The reasons, one of the reasons being that I had talked about getting the community shuttle from Columbia, which is the Academy bus that they use to present to the committee, because my apparently false interpretation of their presentation at the Traffic and Transportation Committee was it seemed as if they were adding more stops and they are not.
Mm,
So it's their old schedule of, where they pick up and drop off students, which is few and far between and only above 96th Street. And if anybody wants that information, I have the shuttle guide that I can send out, but really not helpful for people in the neighborhood necessarily. I mean, they stop at the bridge and then they go down to Columbia Presbyterian on 168th Street. And I think only on Broadway. Not sure if they come over to on Fort Washington, but either way, there's no stops in between. So it's,
I would like that
not
information.
any more helpful than usual. Hi, James.
I would like that information. If you could email it to
Okay.
me.
I'll get it to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, so I
Anyway,
see
let me,
someone's in the room. Someone's in the conference room.
Yep.
yeah, that's
I think
Noemi.
there's one.
all right.
Yeah, there's one person, I think it's Noemi, who went to the meeting in person, not realizing that we had made this last minute change.
Can
I
she
mean-
hear us?
Ebenezer said he did a sound check. Hello,
Yeah, no.
anybody in there?
He moved somebody else to a different
Can you please
room.
unmute yourself in the meeting room, please? Please unmute yourself and introduce yourself. Yes, in the meeting room.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
I'm Danielle.
morning.
Good morning, I'll turn
Okay.
the camera on. I'm Danielle, and I'm managing Alcor Zone in River Terrace, Newark. It's great to see everyone.
Excellent.
May I say your name again?
I'm Danielle, last name Goldberg.
We apologize for the late change of venue.
I still don't know who it is. I didn't understand. Joseph? did
She
you
introduced
get the
herself as
name?
Danielle Goldberg.
Yep.
And I didn't hear the
Okay.
organization or represent.
Yeah. Danielle, you want to do again, or if they have trouble hearing you, then I'll jump in.
Of course, yeah, thanks, Dan. Yeah, Danielle Goldberg, and I'm with MJHS. I'm managing Alcor Zone and River Terrace, Newark. We have one more person in our room.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Erwin Fernandez here speaking.
Okay.
CB
Oh,
member,
Hey, everyone.
committee member.
Okay, you're you're at the office as well, right?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. We kind of, so you guys know, we kind of made a last minute plea for people to be careful out there. I certainly couldn't come out in this weather because I have a big fear of falling, and the rollator doesn't do well in snow and ice. And my mobility issues are such that I have a severe fear of falling. So we encouraged as many people as possible to come in on Zoom instead. All right, introductions. I'm Mary Anderson. I'm the chair of this committee, as well as being on the Traffic and Transportation Committee. And I am also co-chair of WICOA, the Washington Heights and Wood Council on Aging. Okay, Joseph?
Hi, Yosef Kalinsky. I'm the assistant chair. And happy to see everybody here. Everyone's doing well.
Dory?
Good morning, everyone. Dory Garcia, Executive Director at ARC 16 for Washington, Inc. I'm also WICOA co-chair and a public member of this committee.
Okay, Liz?
Hi, I'm Liz Ritter. I'm a member of Community Board 12 and of this committee.
James Bosley?
James Bosley. I'm a member of this committee as well as a member of the Traffic and Transportation Committee.
Love your piano. Miriam James. Carol, why don't you introduce yourself and then Miriam can introduce herself.
Good morning, everybody. I'm the program director of the Dykeman OAC. I'm also on WICOA, and this committee is joyful. I'm on it too.
And Carol is a public member also on this committee.
Yes.
Miriam?
Miriam Rabner, MJHS
Miriam, I'm sorry, Miriam.
System.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm
Go ahead.
Miriam Rabner, MJHS Health System, public member of this committee, and a board member of WICOA.
Thank you. Miriam James.
She'll be right back. One moment.
Miriam James. Can you introduce yourself?
She stepped out. They're getting her. She'll be right back.
Oh, okay, thank you. Erwin?
Miriam James, Dykeman
Okay.
Older Doc Center.
All right,
I'm a member of this committee.
there you go. Erwin Fernandez?
Thank you.
He had stepped out of the room before. I think he's probably, is Erwin Fernandez member of this committee also? Okay.
Good morning. No, sorry, we were unmuted. I apologize. Fernandez, member of the community board, member of this committee, and member of the public safety committee. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, and I wanted to also introduce Madison Ayala to the committee. Madison, are you able to introduce
Good
yourself?
morning,
and
everybody.
Tell us what you do.
Hi, my name is good morning. My name is Madison Ayala. I'm the new government affairs officer here at Department for the Aging. I replaced Verna Arthur. I'll be here to answer any questions you guys have, and I'm just listening in. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Of course.
Okay. Is there anyone else from the participants that would like to say anything about their organization or their, what's going on at the moment?
So hi, I'm Diane Ashley, Chief Marketing Communications Officer for MJHS Health System, and also here representing Isabella. Isabella will be hosting the WICOA meeting again starting at the end of this month. So we're pleased to say that, and we'll be collaborating with Dory at ARC16 on some initiatives to help support seniors in the community.
Thank you. Appreciate that because, yeah, looking forward to meeting there again. It's been a long time. Anyone else?
Good morning. I just want to say hi to everyone. Shuli Gutman, Director of Mariah Senior Center, and I'm also on the board of WICOA.
Thank you, Shuli. Carmen Acosta?
Good morning, everyone. I serve as one of the pastors at the Pentecostal Church of Washington Heights, and recently we had the street co-named after our pastor, and we're very grateful. And I spoke with the board and I told them I'd like to be present at the meetings that would benefit our members at our church and any other organizations. We have another one of our young people who's also going to be connected to some of the meetings, just to be informed and to see if there's any way that we can mutually help each other.
Great. If you can send me your contact information, I would appreciate that because we're also looking for folks from the faith community to be members of WICOA.
Amen.
So
I'll send it in the chat.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Mary, if you could share
Um,
that with the non-members of the committee after the fact, that would be great in case we come up with opportunities for collaboration.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Oh, I can share with everyone.
Yeah, the problem is that you can't really share in chat unless that's kind of closed, so
Okay,
you may have to send it to Mary, who can later distribute.
okay.
Let me give you my, I don't know if you have my email address.
Oh, they are
Let me
letting us
give-
do. You are letting us do.
I
it.
think
Sorry.
she's able to, she's
Yeah,
able
chat
to
is
do it on the
chat is
chat.
enabled
they're
now. It
open.
wasn't before.
The
Thank you.
chat
I'm sorry,
is-
I misspoke.
No
That's
problem.
okay.
She's able to, mhm.
Okay, thank you. All right, old business. I would like to talk about the, what we've been talking about is the possibility of having a health fair sponsored by the Aging Committee. Perhaps at the Audubon Plaza. And I was actually at the Traffic and Transportation Committee Monday, and folks from DOT, including Jennifer St. Inez, were there, and I spoke to them about who we must contact, and I got their contact information if we want to have a health fair there. And they were all very excited about the prospect. So comments, questions? Liz, are
And
you
when
with
would
us?
that be held? When would you hope to hold the health fair?
We had actually talked about, because the DA's office, in conjunction with WICOA, is sponsoring a health fair again sometime in April. We're not sure yet. So the thing was,
Sorry,
if it
couldn't get
wasn't going to
myself
be
off
the
of
first
mute.
Thursday of the month, then probably the Aging Committee would not be interested in joining, because we don't want to have yet an additional obligation. So we were considering the possibility of May or June.
Yeah, we were
first.
thinking of sort of later in the year when it's warm enough to support having an outdoor event. And that's sort of as far as we got, because we didn't have a lot of the key players from this committee at our meeting last month.
Right.
But I assume we would do it, at the usual time that this committee meets, and it would essentially be in lieu of the meeting.
So we're talking April, May.
More likely
We're
May or
thinking
June.
May or June, because the DA's office is going to be in April, and it's in the same area, basically.
Okay. So I'm just looking at a calendar. If it's May, that's the May 1st is a
Yes.
Thursday.
May 1st, yeah.
And what,
First of all, committee members, are you in favor of doing this?
I'm in favor.
I'm
in favor.
definitely in favor.
Is there anybody not in favor? Let's put it that way. Hearing no objections, I'm assuming everyone is in favor of that. Now the attendees, folks, if you can let us know that you would be interested in having a table. That would be great. I know that we spoke to MJHS folks who said they would be more than happy to have, because we talked about a table from folks working with hospice, palliative care and hospice at MJHS.
Question?
All right, so now
Um,
that we have a date, I just have to check availability of the team. But both Isabella and MJHS Hospice, or Hospice and Home Care would also be.
And elder plan might be.
Yeah, but
say that again. I'm sorry.
Mary, how many tables can the space accommodate?
It's a small block, so it can accommodate more tables than we're ever gonna get.
Oh,
So
okay.
space is not an issue.
we'll
This is not
come
a,
back. Yeah, we'll come back to you with
availability.
Yeah. That would
Okay,
be-
great. You can, send me an email.
Yep.
So that we're beginning to move. I'll be in touch with.
So it's the morning
Julio
of May
Batista.
1st.
May 1st, yeah. Like 10:30 to 12:30, whatever.
mm-hmm.
Mary,
Yes.
good morning, Mary's Lily. Would you guys have a table, like if my program wanted to connect, to share information?
You mean like, do we have a physical table you can borrow?
Yes, so that I can come in and share information from my connects.
So I think the way this would work is people are welcome to do that, but I don't know if we could have to check with Ebenezer if we have actual physical tables to set up. I think we might need for people to bring their own tables, but can we check with Ebenezer on that?
Or even if I have to share with someone else, I'm okay. It's just like as long as I could get like a little space for me and bring my brochures.
Right. Well, you would be welcome to have a space. We don't know if the community board has physical tables or if people would need to bring their own.
Okay.
It would be just, obviously more convenient, Liz, if somehow the board had folding tables that we could put out there or borrow from Columbia, as opposed to asking people to bring tables.
100%. So I would say that would be among the top questions to ask Ebenezer.
Got it.
Okay, I'm hopping off my phone.
And I can be in touch with Julio Batista in terms of tabling.
Yep.
From
I'm sure
the
they'll be interested in doing
hospital and yeah.
I think James has his hand up.
Go ahead, James.
Question, are we gearing this health fair towards only concerns for the aging considerations, or is it health across the board?
It's going to be sponsored by the Committee for Concerns of the Aging.
Yes, but
as part of the community board.
When
And
if we're going to invite others to have tables, would we invite people who are, prenatal care would not be like we're concerned for the aging? I mean, so are we narrowing it down to only concerns for the aging organizations?
Yes.
Can I comment on
yes
that?
and no. Go ahead, Liz.
So prenatal care is a great example. I think there are a whole bunch of things that are of broad interest in terms of concerns for the aging. And there are some that are kind of outside of that. So would we be, I think, general health and well-being, general environmental issues, general community issues. There's a lot there that appeals to the aging that also has broad appeal. So blood pressure checks, diabetes checks, general home fire safety, and do you have a a smoke detector.
Smoke alarm.
You know, there are lots of those kinds of things, what to do in an emergency. But,
Right.
you know, there are other things like early childhood education.
Not
Probably
so much.
Probably not. So I don't think that people who are not over 65 would be like, oh, that's not for me, because most people, even if they're not in that aging cohort, have people in their lives who are important to them who are. In the same way that something that's targeted, like if the Youth in Education did a health fair, there would be things that are not necessarily of concern to me, but I do have small children in my life, so it'd be interesting. I would be interested in that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Makes sense to me.
Because I think also with concerns for the aging, there are a lot of issues that are important to that cohort that, you know, and God willing, everybody's gonna get there. Some people do die young, but I think there are a lot of things that take people by surprise as they approach aging themselves or approach the aging of people in their families that they hadn't really thought about as a younger person. So I think this kind of health fair would have broad appeal, even though there are certain demographics and subjects that we wouldn't necessarily be covering.
Yeah, but we could cover, for example, transportation in the new Omni card and stuff like that, if they would have a person there explaining how to access it. I know that I struggled with it, so I am of that cohort. It doesn't necessarily have to be health related. It can be life related.
Right, right. Okay, so I think that we're gonna start here, okay? As people think about things, if you can email me as to other thoughts you might have about tabling, let me know. As far as the actual tables themselves, I'm sure we can get them from somewhere. Because Jocelyn is another source of table, you know, knowing where tables can come from. It's Jocelyn Manaya from the DA's office. All right.
I have a question, Mary.
I'm sorry?
And we would be looking to do this on May 1st or on
May
whatever,
1st.
not June, which might be sort of better weather. June
I don't know.
5th.
June tends to be a busier month for a lot of people. You know, a lot of things happening with schools and graduation and other events happening later in the school year. So
Right. No, I know that June is definitely an issue later in the month. I was thinking earlier in the month, we might dodge that bullet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to wrap my head around the weather, and I feel like early June is more likely to be nice and warm, whereas May might be warm, might not be warm. Hard to know. It's weather. I have no idea.
Or maybe too warm.
Right.
Good
maybe
point.
Right, there's nothing covering, there's no shade really. We're not gonna have those, even if we get tables, we're not gonna have the tables that have any shade, you know, provided by them.
Hence.
No,
Roger, it's
eventually there will be, according to the DOT folks, but not right now.
the plaza itself does have tables with umbrellas, so maybe we use those.
Yeah, but that's for the future. I don't think those umbrella tables will be there.
Are we
But
going to
yeah.
have a rain date? And if so, then maybe the first date we schedule is the May date, and then if it weather prohibits it, we
Oh.
move to the June.
Yeah, that's
This
true.
is true.
Okay.
Okay, does that make sense to everybody? May 1st as the date for the health fair. June 5th as an alternate. Barring any weather issues. Okay, hearing
Richard's
no
got his hand up.
objections.
Richard has his hand up.
Just real briefly, it was a great idea to do this on the first Thursday of the month, which corresponds with our meeting. But it doesn't have to be an absolute. If we want to split the difference between early May and early June, we could pick another date.
We could, but then people are not obligated to be there. And I'd like to see everybody come to the fair as well as, you know, especially the senior center directors bring people. And I know that ARC would provide transportation. And of course for the community, so we, you know, work on with the board office on getting flyers made and posted. And information sent out to the community at large. Okay, thank you everybody for that. Before I think I want to switch things around, future speakers and presentations. I had actually asked Jocelyn Manaya if she would present today. And unfortunately, last minute, she was informed that she had a meeting with her boss downtown today at 10 o'clock. So I actually scheduled her for March, the March meeting, March 6th. We do have some venues that we've learned more about through a variety of sources, Liz being one of them, and she was at the Inwood Library, and they have wonderful space and good Wi-Fi and the wish to present, because they would like to, Danita Nichols, who's in charge up there, to present what they have available for seniors in terms of, you know, borrowing books and getting access to the library in terms of the general needs of older adults. Liz, do you have any other comment on that?
No, just that I'm really excited to learn about an available venue in Inwood, and I think it's great when we're able to move meetings around, and the Inwood Library and the New Washington Heights Library also have great Wi-Fi.
Right.
So I think that they would be happy to be in like the annual rotation.
Exactly. So I was thinking of April for the Inwood Library.
That would be great.
And we also have, like Liz mentioned, the Washington Heights Library, 179th Street, which is supposedly totally accessible at this point. Both getting into it and also accessing the other floors, that there's an elevator that there never was. Also at the general meeting, we had a presentation from one of the directors of the park, J. Hood Wright and Highbridge. And J. Hood Wright has a rec center, which I knew about, but they apparently have really good Wi-Fi at this point, and offered for the possibility of having a meeting there as well. So you have those 3 spaces available to us. Which is great. So,
Sorry, Mary, say that again. Where was that space?
I'm sorry?
Where was that space? I missed that.
The J Hood.
J Hood Wright Park, which is like
Yeah.
174 and Fort Washington Avenue.
And to do a meeting there?
Yep. We could.
Okay.
I know that, we've had the Build the Block meetings, the local precinct meetings there. And they have a larger group actually. Well, I don't know if it's as large as it used to be because there was a time when they provided lunch there, but in that senior center area, in that, recreation area. But they have space inside for activities for the neighborhood folks, and they also have a small gym inside there with, some bikes and whatever. So it's a nice space. And so I have that information also. Any other thoughts about other speakers' presentations? Because I want to probably try to schedule one for June, although I don't want to do it too close to May 1st, just in case the weather. But I don't know I'm not quite sure what to do about that.
I feel like we have some time between now and June, and on the list of things
Sure.
to worry about that needn't really have a place.
Okay. Very good. New business. Anything? Anybody? I think we covered some
Go
of
ahead,
it.
Richard.
Sorry.
Richard, I think, has something to say once he unmutes. Yeah.
Yeah, Mary, I was just trying to, from the previous topic, I
Mhm.
wanted to ask when the last time was that we engaged with AARP.
Since I don't remember.
Might be worth doing.
It's a while.
Do you have
Couple
a
of
specific
possibilities.
topic in mind that you were thinking about, since I'm sure they have a breadth of.
Their overall legislative agenda is always worth talking about, and their community organizing agenda. They also within AARP have a speakers bureau that we could certainly run down a topic list. And beyond that, some of their leadership is based in Upper Manhattan, which makes a connection a pretty easy thing to do. Just to do it in an exploratory way rather than, no reason not to ask for something specific if we want, but I think something exploratory would be just as good at this point.
Got a connection, Richard?
I'll talk with Mary.
Sounds good.
Okay. Thank you for that. Anyone else?
No?
Okay, so is there anything else that anybody wants to bring up or discuss?
I
that we
actually
haven't
have,
done?
I have a question for the folks in the senior centers. I'm just wondering, given all that we're hearing about ICE raids, I'm wondering, I have to assume that affects some meaningful percentage of the folks who use senior centers either directly or for their families, neighbors, caretakers, what have you. Do y'all have a protocol? How are you doing? How are your clients doing? Not totally sure what my question is, but I feel like many of you probably have something to say on this, and I just wanted to check in with you about it.
Hi, Liz. So I can respond for some of it. As of now, for Washington at 181st ARC, we haven't seen any drop off on the attendance.
Okay.
The only protocol we have that was received from DFTA, from New York City agent, was that if ICE does show up with a warrant or looking for someone, we just have to receive their information, take their badge number and give them anything that they need and report to our program officer or to whoever we need to report to. But other than that, they haven't given us any guidelines. As of right now, they haven't passed by none of our centers. And like I said, we haven't seen any drop of attendance. We did tell our seniors just to bring their passport or green cards if they have them, so we can make copies and make sure that they do have it with them, because they keep seeing the news and they're scared. Some of them are scared for themselves, for their family member, and they feel that if they don't have their original documents with them, they can still get in trouble. And we tell them no. Even if you have a copy of your green card, of your passport, especially if you don't want to carry those and you want to do the real ID at the DMV, we are able to make all those appointments for them as well. We letting them know that they can upgrade their ID as well as a real ID for them to prove that they are a green card holder or citizen of the USA.
Okay, thank you. Other folks, drop-offs in attendance, particular issues?
Yeah, we haven't seen any drop off at our place. And we're doing actually a presentation today to discuss this with everybody, all the members.
Mhm. And which center are you at?
Riverstone.
Ah, got it.
Okay, we also haven't seen any drop off. I have seen a little more skittishness, skittishness about signing things, and the like. And as Dory said, Department of the Aging did give us what they call a paper training, as far as being in contact with our sponsoring agency's general counsel if we have any questions, and the like. But our attendance seems to be holding steady.
Thank you. These are weird
Okay, I
times
see.
living in, and these are weird times we're living in, and not in a good way.
Yeah. I'm seeing in the chat from Carmen Acosta to repeat the address of where the health fair would take place, and it's Audubon Avenue between 165th and 166th Street. It's a relatively new plaza there.
Yeah. Dykeman hasn't seen any drop offs either to speak of.
Thank you.
On a day like this, has nothing to do with immigration, has to do with weather, but
yeah. I get that.
We have weather and plant-based menu on the same day, so it's a double whammy here today.
Gotcha. All right, announcements. I have an announcement because as folks that have been on the board for a while and people that I know from other areas of my life, March is coming up and I will be away out of the country from March 4th to March 25th inclusive.
where are you going, Mary?
We know where she goes.
There you go. My 29th year, just so folks know.
I love that.
I know. It's yeah. looking forward to it. Actually, it was 4 weeks from 2 days ago, so it's right
But
around
who's
the corner,
counting?
right around the corner. Can't wait. Looking at a day with the weather like it is today, I'm saying yes. Okay. Yeah, soon. So, Joseph,
I hope to be able to
you know
take
the
over.
deal. Okay.
I know the drill.
All right. So, the besides I'll have the agendas ready. I'll have the April agenda ready before I go away, so that I can actually get it sent out when I get back. So, not to worry about that. But the executive committee will need to be covered, not necessarily in person, but on Zoom.
When does
Can't do
exec
can't
meet?
do in person. For March, it's
Mhm.
usually the third Tuesday.
Yosef, it's let's
think-
talk offline, but it's possible that I can cover that for you so that you don't have to take the full load.
Thank you.
Okay, I mean, you guys can work it out, whoever. And the March agenda and Zoom link I can send out to everybody. I'll send that out before I go, because obviously it needs to get out by then anyway, so, or before then. So I'll take care of that. And the March meeting will be at the board office with Jocelyn.
I don't know, that's kind of a hard commute for Jocelyn.
I know, it's very far, but
Uh,
she agreed to make it, so
yeah.
barring any other issues. She's, going through some personal stuff. What else? Any other announcements?
I have one.
Okay.
It's a personal one, but I'm very excited that
Yeah, oh no, you shared that with me.
I'm a grandma again. My daughter-in-law had a healthy boy 2.5 weeks ago. So yeah, that's
Congratulations.
thank you.
Congrats.
Congratulations. Best job ever.
It
Oh yeah.
it really is.
It's
And,
your award for not killing your children.
in fact, yes.
I have a
Tackling
curiosity.
them when they were teens. So yeah, my 2.5-year-old granddaughter from my daughter is really quite perplexed by this whole thing, but also
I
charming.
have a curiosity. Is it true that you get to spoil more your grandkids than your own kids?
100%.
Because I'm noticing that my mom didn't let us get away with anything, but then my nephews could do whatever they please.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's what grandparents are for.
Yep.
Spoil them and love them and send them back home.
Exactly.
Yep.
And both
I mean,
sides
there are
benefit.
rules, but yeah, you totally get to spoil them. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. Because yeah, I mean, what can I say? Yeah.
While Liz told us the good news, I want to give her a little shout out. She provided some very wonderful things to the center, and it wasn't so easy. Wheelchairs are not to be thrown around. So I want to give Liz a shout out publicly and thank her for her efforts.
It was my pleasure to be able to do it. My daughter-in-law, the mother of my new grandson, is the director of OT at the Hebrew Home, and they are renovating one of their floors, and getting a whole bunch of new wheelchairs and therefore getting rid of a bunch of wheelchairs that were in perfectly fine condition, and they were going to throw them out. And she said, do you know somebody who can use wheelchairs? I was like, yes. So there may be more. I wasn't able to reach you, Dory, so you'll be first on the list if I get another batch. But there may be more, and there may also be some walkers. And it was really easy to rent a van, go up there, drive them down to the Heights and Inwood. So I will let you all know if there are more.
Thanks, Liz. Great. I'm sorry that I didn't make those contacts for you before. I
it was fine.
forgot. Sorry.
Totally
Ugh, too many things going on. Anyway, so at this point, I think we're good to go. One last shout out if anybody has anything else to share.
No.
Seeing none. Our next meeting, as I said, will be March 6th. And Carmen, to answer your question, all of the meetings are hybrid.
Okay.
That means there's always a Zoom component, and I will add you to my list of contacts so that you will get the invite every month.
Okay. I received it. I signed up for all of them. Yeah.
Because I send out the agenda and the link.
Oh, perfect.
Not necessarily at the same time, but within a day of each other.
Okay, and in terms of shout out, our church is celebrating in April 90 years in Washington Heights. So we'll be sharing an invite, and all are welcome to attend.
Great, thank you. That's exciting. All right. And all right, so let's like I said, our next meeting will be March 6th, 10:30 in the morning. And do we have a motion to adjourn? Liz? Second?
Richard?
Richard, okay.
I think I got fourth or fifth at this point.
Okay. All right. So
Thank you, everyone. Stay safe.
y'all.
Be careful outside.
I ain't going anywhere today.